After 3 enjoyable episodes back-to-back, looks like Discovery's got her second win now, and is going to be plain sailing to the finale.
Damn it, Mouse! Now you've jinxed it!
Hey, Commander Fennec here, and this is the one. This is the end of the treasure hunt. This is when the crew of Discovery finally get to the Progenitor's technology. We're gearing up for the culmination of not only this season, but the entire show as well.
And talk about stumbling at the last hurdle.
What? Why? What do you mean?
McCluck?
Spoiler alert! Shields up!
I'll let our resident scientist explain it. Doc?
Thank you, Commander. The show starts by presenting us with 2 black holes orbiting each other and an object in between them at the Lagrange Point.
That's a position in space where the gravitational pull of 2 objects essentially cancel each other out.
So an object can remain in that stable position forever? Depends what you mean by forever, Gigi. And that's the problem. The universe isn't static. Orbits aren't stable over a vast amount of time, and we're talking billions of years here. Like anything else, black holes move around, plus they can increase and decrease in size in that time, affecting any orbit around them. Heck, stars are born and die over such a length of time, and we expect an object to have remained in that stable orbit since the Progenitor's time? Pull the other one. The very start of the episode took me right out of the story.
For myself, I was wondering why scientists needed to build a cylinder around the Progenitor's tech. Why did they think whatever the Progenitors left behind for billions of years needed a little extra protection for the last 800?
And then, of course, Discovery gets there first, but while they struggle with navigating around black holes and marvel at that barrel just floating in space, Maul and the Breen just swoop in, lock on, and grab it from under their noses.
Rude.
And then they just stay there.
You would have thought that once they got what they were after, they'd warp out of there. Not only is it physically unsafe to be so close to 2 black holes, but, you know, there might be enemies nearby.
Nope, they just stay in place while they analyze the barrel.
Nobody said Maul was a clever lass.
On top of that, the pacing felt very uneven. After the early navigational struggles, once the Breen get the tech, the episode suddenly turns into a heist episode.
Those are always fun.
Not always, Gigi. This one follows the classic trope of explaining what they're going to do, coupled with images of them performing the heist flawlessly. And then later, when they actually infiltrate the ship, everything obviously goes wrong and they have to improvise. There's nothing original there, and worse of all, there's no actual sense of danger.
Like when the shuttle explodes before they manage to beam into the dreadnought. How come the Breen didn't detect such an explosion right next to their ship?
The heat was masking the explosion?
It was supposed to mask the transporter beam. The ship wasn't supposed to explode, far as I can gather.
Another issue was that the crew infiltrating the ship were all hiding their faces inside Breen masks, so we either see extreme close-ups of their faces inside the masks,
like Tony Stark inside Iron Man,
or we see them in Breen suits next to other Breen suits. I couldn't relate. That's definitely a huge part, but there's more, I fear. The Breen have always been a mysterious opponent. We've known nothing about them for decades. We didn't even know what they looked like until this very season. Yet now, the Federation know their culture, their social statuses, how they interact with each other. Where did they get all that information from?
And in the middle of all that, Burnham and Book have time to discuss their feelings for one another while disguised as Breen. They had to act in front of nothing for those extreme close-ups, and as a result, you really feel that they're not really connecting with one another as they usually do. Who thought that would have been a good idea?
For me, the weirdest part was when Maul captured Burnham and Book. They're surrounded by 4 Breen and Maul. She orders them to the brig, and then, in the next shot, Maul is nowhere to be seen, and only 2 guards are with the prisoners. Where did the others go so fast? And later on, we see Maul and another Breen just standing there, doing nothing.
And that's just one of so many plot holes. Like, how is Discovery suddenly a match for the Dreadnought? They barely get out alive from the last episode. Plus, once Discovery breaks through the hangar's shields, why doesn't the Dreadnought keep bombarding it? The hangar was compromised, not its weapons.
And don't get me started with Burnham casually rerouting the force field around the barrel right in front of so many Breen with no one batting an eyelid. I mean, I know they're in disguise, but come on.
Was there nothing you liked about the episode?
Raynor's great, and Saru's finally back as the Federation tries to find a way to help Discovery.
It really feels, though, that in this century, the Breen are like China and the Federation are Liechtenstein. Certainly feels totally outpowered and outgunned.
You have to wonder how they'd managed to keep the progenitor's tech safe, considering...
I have an issue with that take, but I think I'll reserve my opinion on it for the finale.
Suffice to say, for a penultimate episode, I was expecting something with a much better structure than what we got. It made no sense either astrologically or personally. The pacing was all over the place, and the shots didn't help us connect emotionally with the characters.
Pretty much failed on all counts then. Even the last shot, we should have been this big hero moment as Rayner sits in the captain's chair, but it just felt empty. Sure, he might have been scared of the chair, but him standing and pacing gave him the presence he needed. And it's not like he hadn't been a captain before.
Might have been more impactful had it not been so obviously signposted earlier on.
Rookie writer mistake 101. Don't tell us what's going to happen before it happens.
Clearly, the episode didn't click for us, and as a result, I'm awarding Lagrange Point 1 paw. But tell me, what did you think of this episode? Share your thoughts in the comments. Live long, and may the Force be with you.